Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely Saturday afternoon. So remember this video that I did about a week ago? The difference between last year's loss and this year's win was all of you. This video was talking about a bill for right to repair going through the Colorado state legislature for wheelchairs so that people would be able to fix wheelchairs. Now, the issue that we had last year with this is that the politicians, as usual, they pretty much ignored everybody's testimony. They said that there were a lot of questions that were left unanswered, and they did not ask the people that showed up, who are disabled, by the way, who showed up specifically to answer politician questions. They didn't answer any questions of any of them. And they would even go so far as to go, oh, not this bill again, and roll their eyes and laugh, even though people showed up and even though it's their actual job to listen to their constituents. This year, not only did the bill pass the Senate, it also passed the House. I just learned that yesterday, that it did pass through the House, and it is on its way to the governor. If the governor does not veto it, this will be the first right to repair bill put into law since I've started doing this 7 or 8 years ago, just screaming into a camera about this, which would be a momentous occasion. Now, granted, I don't do a wheelchair repair. I'm not in a wheelchair, at least unless as long as I learn how to use heel drive when doing squats from now on, I'm not going to be in a wheelchair anytime soon, so this doesn't personally affect me. That being said, a win in right to repair for one community, in my opinion, is a win for all. I do believe that this is a set of dominoes, and again, once it drops for whether it's medical or agricultural or consumer electronics, it will start to drop for the rest. Because once you are able to fix a wheelchair, once you're able to plug a button in or to replace basic things on that, and you don't have people going off cliffs to their death, that showing up in the news on a regular basis, it will destroy all of these nonsensical arguments about privacy, security, safety, things blowing up that you hear from opposition lobbyists on a regular basis. Because in my opinion, a wheelchair is a more mission-critical device to you than something like a laptop or a cell phone when it comes to things like safety and all of that. So this is going to be a momentous win, assuming that it does go through. And I don't see the governor vetoing this, given that it has a lot of popular support, and the House and the Senate both moved forward with it. And I wanted to give a big thank you to all of you for helping make this possible. There are groups in that state that have been doing a lot of work trying to educate both people and advocacy groups and politicians on why this is important, as well as a lobbyist working in that state that's trying to make this bill move forward in a way that it wouldn't have moved forward last year. And those groups have been funded by all of you. One of the things that I said when I started a repair preservation group is one of my goals was to find the people over the past 6 or 7 years that were always sharing the hallways with me, that were actually showing up to these hearings, that were actually putting in work to try to get something done. And to ask all of these individuals that I know that were actually in the trenches with me, what it would be your plan if you had some money? What would you do? Some of them gave me horrible plans. Some of them gave me absolutely amazing plans. And the ones that had been in the trenches all that time, that have been doing all the good work all that time, when they didn't have the money, I decided when they had a good plan, okay, you have a good plan, let's fund your plan. Those people have been doing amazing work, and they are the reason that we're having progress like this. But they would not have the resources to do any of that without all of you. So for that, I want to say thank you for the donors to Repair Preservation Group and Repair Preservation Group Action Fund that have allowed me to be able to support groups that have been doing this type of good work all along, that are likely going to continue doing this work, whether it's agricultural, consumer right to repair, being able to do this, getting access to chips and schematics and everything for the devices that I talk about regularly, or helping people be able to get access to ability to fix their wheelchair. This is something that would never have happened without all of you. So whether you gave a dime or whether you're the dude that gave 100,000 or 1 million in one shot, thank you. I am in your debt. And I'm sure that the people that will be able to fix their wheelchairs again, who would have to wait 2 or 3 months to get a basic repair done, or pay $500 for something that costs $4, as you could see from the testimony that I will link down below, I'm sure all of these people are going to be very, very, very happy. And again, also, for those of you who have given $0 or nothing at all, thank you to you as well. As I've mentioned in some other videos, you do not have to give any organization money to move this process forward. One of the best things that you can do to help move things forward is simply make people aware of this as an issue. So there's a video that I did a while ago, and that video is titled... here we go. Yeah, I'm not going to edit that out because I don't have my damn dongle. But how can I help Right to Repair? What can I do? And what I said is get people to be personally invested in some way, shape, or form. There was one politician from Virginia that wanted to what's the word I'm looking for? Introduce a bill, and they wanted to introduce a right to repair bill, and we asked just out of curiosity, you just got elected, why is this your priority? And she said, well, my son watches your channel, and he has been nagging me ever since I ran for office, saying if you must have right to repair as a part of your platform. That kid did not donate to any organization. He simply let the people in his life know why this matters, why it's an important issue, and he got them to be personally invested by explaining the difference between how things used to be back in the day when you were able to fix your own stuff and how they are now. And his mother just so happened to be somebody that got elected to the house in Virginia. And this is the type of stuff that creates real change. This is the type of stuff that kind of changes the Overton window a little bit back to the way it used to be, where it wasn't considered insane to unplug a $5 button in a wheelchair and plug a new one in so that you could turn it on again and actually use it. And the people who are doing that, even people that have no money whatsoever, are shifting that in a manner where it is not something that is culturally acceptable anymore to be against people being able to fix your own devices. All of you have been doing amazing work in this regard to help us move back to this type of culture so that it is easier for the people that we are providing funds to actually be able to get this across to people and to be able to do their job. So I think that all of you should be a little bit happy with the victory that you've all achieved here because, again, as I've said many times, I am a dude that yells into a camera that's all I am. I'm not like, I have no power when it comes to this. I'm not the one that's leading a charge and making change and fighting and all this other stuff. It's really all of you. I'm just a dude that shouts into a camera. And at the end of the day, none of the ideas I talk about here, none of the stuff that I'm trying to do has any power or will get anywhere without support of an agreement of everybody who's watching. And you all managed to turn us literally getting laughed at by the legislature and ignored into what, again, assuming the governor signs it, would be an actual victory. The first right to repair bill to get signed into anything since I started talking about this issue on this channel back in 2013, 2014. That's amazing. So give yourself a pat in the back, a little round of applause, and I don't know, celebrate a little bit. Hell, even if you don't want to celebrate for this, it's Saturday night. You should be celebrating it and doing something fun for yourself. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. And, you guys have a little bit more power than you think. So I'm glad that you've been using it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.